It can only get better.
Can only get better. I like that. The only way is up.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your office based again?
Claremont, Florida.
Claremont. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Are you guys doing decompression marketing right now?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge recently as far as decompression marketing or marketing in general? Or just, I guess, growing the practice?
Well, things had moved in the opposite direction. And I don't have my marketer anymore who is marketing for me. He says that my area has become very difficult for him to try to market. So
You're saying like boots on the ground type of thing, type of marketing?
yes, and getting yes, more boots on the ground as well as some online marketing
Got it.
that he was doing. Mm-hmm.
Got it. I'm going to show you
But
today.
so
Oh,
and things that I've been looking at possibly trying to close the office as a matter of fact because it was just so slow.
oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We should definitely connect. Um,
Mm-hmm.
book a call. Let's connect. What I'm going to share today works in any market. And I'd love to see if I could help, whether it's what we do or give you some strategies you could even implement on your own to bump some things up. We're going to be diving in just a couple of minutes. All you guys jumping on. I'm just waiting. I know there was a lot of people who reserved a seat, so I'm just going to let a couple more people jump on. If you guys don't mind, kick on your cameras. I'm just going to go around and have you guys briefly introduce yourselves or say a quick hello. I know I've met and spoke to most of you guys here. Dr. Lee, you want to say what's up?
Dr. Tran, hey, what's up?
What's up? It's a party over there.
I'm in California. Where are you?
Sunny right now, I'll tell you that. It ain't no 0 degree.
I'm right now in South America. I'm in Colombia, but I'm from Florida area.
Okay.
All right.
South America's the best.
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good and it's extra warm down here. Florida's getting a little cold. We have a call, I think, in a couple of days, right? I think I saw something.
What is?
Do we have a call scheduled?
You know what? I talked to one of your representatives. I say that when after our conversation here, then he gonna call me back or I call him back.
Cool. I must have seen. I saw you reserve the seat. That must be what it was. I saw your name pop up. That works. TJ, where are you calling from?
Cincinnati.
I love it. Cincinnati is a great market. What do you do over there in Cincinnati? What kind of patients are you treating? What services are you offering?
I have a DRX.
Nice.
So I do an Erconia laser.
Okay. Very cool. Marilyn, where are you based out of? I can't hear you. I don't know if the mic's connected. If you click, it looks like you're not muted, but it looks like the mic just must not be connected. There should be like preferences on Zoom on the top left, and you could adjust the audio. We got Dr. Calderon in the house. Welcome, my man. One of our latest and greatest. Stoked to have you here. Dr. Scalise, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Remind me, where are you based out of?
Pittsburgh. It's cold here.
Oh, I'm sure. I was complaining. You were probably punching yourself under the seat.
Yeah, it's Well, it actually warmed up today to like 31. Yesterday
yeah.
it was, the high was 14.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane. What do you remind me? What do you treat in the office?
Well, we did, like we do decompression, but we don't, for whatever reason, we haven't done like just big case fees on it, but like I do case fees for neuropathy. I do case fees for, knee because I have shockwave. So we treat a little bit of everything. And, as far as, we got 3 decompression tables, we got like a knee on track, got shockwave, got PEMF, got a couple of lasers. So we're equipped to do
Yeah.
pretty much anything, but we really
What?
haven't done any marketing at all in the last, crap, I don't know, year.
Okay. So do you just bill it through insurance?
No, well, some of the decompression stuff we do, the knee stuff, knee neuropathy is all,
There's high case fee. Okay. Got it. What caused you to stop the marketing?
there was kind of there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know, like I for whatever reason, I keep getting dragged back into Cairo, and you can't. It's a non-sustainable model right now, just
Yeah.
to be insurance based, and I'm ready to burn the boats and drop it,
What
and
it
then
is.
just and jump in and just market and do pretty much all cash, all case fee stuff.
Love
Because
it.
I already have all the equipment that I need to do it.
Yeah. That's what it is. Just hitting that threshold. 100%. My dad had high case fee programs for a while with neuropathy and knee, or maybe neuropathy first, but for a while he was just doing neuropathy, maybe knee also. Didn't do decompression. He moved in decompression. Now decompression, it's like just on so many of his neuropathy cases, he's doing decompression. Even with knees, he's doing decompression. And I think he
Right, so
probably
I will add more decompression with neuropathy than knee.
Yeah.
But here's the kind of problem that I have. I share office space. Like we basically split overhead, and we've been I don't know, 26 years, 27 years doing it. I mean, we have like 3,200 square feet, but the problem is the guy who's my partner, but not really my partner, the other practice, he's never done any case fees ever. So so the neuropathy in these stuff is fine because I do that on my side. I kind of am on my own. But our decompression tables are in a common area, and he just about gives it away pretty much. And the problem I have is now I bring in a decompression patient, and I'm saying, okay, it's $4,500 or whatever, and they're on a decompression table right next to a guy who's paying nothing or paying $20, and now I'm the bad guy, So that's the and I'm getting him to kind of see the light, because the problem is like, oh, his kids are older, they're out of the
Okay.
house. I got 3 kids in college. Oh, well, one just graduated and is actually moving to Cincinnati, down there by Dr. TJ. But I have another one who's in school down in Florida, down at Florida Atlantic, and my son is a senior in high school and he's getting ready to go to Penn State. So I have a hell of a lot more overhead than
Yeah.
he had. So, but I told him, I'm like, look, we need to change this. So he's finally, I think, starting to see the light a little bit.
Let me ask you guys a question. What type of decompression do you have?
We have KDTs, Kennedy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll share you could do it with any table. From what I've seen, the only difference is a little bit with treatment, some more severe cases. But as far as marketing and starting cases, haven't seen any noticeable difference regardless of the table. We'll circle back on that, Dr. Scalise. I'd be happy to have a conversation with him too, if you'd like. But I think to some degree too, you could probably start bumping it up, driving patients, like let a patient, get in that situation is my thought, right? I feel like you'd be surprised. I feel like you'd see less than, like it would happen less often than you think.
Right. And you're probably right, because like how often are they, they talk a little bit when they're in there, but they're not talking about, hey, how much did you pay?
How much did you pay? I paid this.
Right.
Did you pay this? Right. Like, so, and then, I mean, when you blow it up, you could always get another space if he's not willing to change, if it's causing issues, like, there's definitely options.
Right.
But I mean, it doesn't take many cases with decompression, with some of the other equipment you have to replace what I'm sure you're making with chiropractic. So,
sorry, interrupt you.
yep.
Have you heard of DRX 9000
Yeah. Incredible machine.
and DX 9500?
DX?
DRX.
The 9500 is the cervical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your friend, the one of the doctor earlier, he they have what is called knee traction. What type of knee traction he have?
That was
That's knee on track.
Yeah, knee on track.
What kind?
Knee on track. That's by the same company as KDT. That's by Kennedy.
No.
No?
No,
that's
that-
not.
No,
I
it's
thought it was-
different.
Okay.
No, it's the same one who does back on track, which is ErgoFlex technology, I think.
ErgoFlex. That's what it is. Yeah. Cool.
It works pretty well. It honestly does when you combine it with some other modalities, like laser shockwave. It works really well, and it's, I don't know, I think it's like 10 grand. It's a pretty affordable piece of equipment.
How much? I'm just curious. How much you charge per visit for knee traction, knee on track?
Let's circle back to that. I'm gonna dive in. I know I'm gonna open up some time for questions at the end. I just want to be respectful because I know we got a lot of people here. But I'm going to go through pricing. I know for some of our clients, I can go through some suggestions and we can circle back and go around the room. I'm gonna keep this super choppy, like super. What's the word? We're just gonna dive right into the results and everything. I'm just gonna kind of reveal the strategy. You guys saw the. And actually, I'm sorry, real quick though, before I do, let me just finish going around the room. Just real quick, Dr. Doug, can you just tell me where you're from? What do you do? What do you treat? Dr. May's in the house.
Hey.
What's up, man? Do you have
just coming from the kids' basketball game?
Oh, there we go. They win?
They missed about 2 points.
All right,
They were winning, then they got tied up and then they lost in OT.
They just need an adjustment, I'm sure. Do you have decompression in your office?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. There we go. All right, cool. We're gonna dive in just a minute. Appreciate you being here.
Okay.
Brian, and Dr. Angela, where are you guys based out of? What are you guys treating?
Hey, I am in Charleston, South Carolina. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Decompression, neuropathy, weight loss, chiro, integrated clinic. Yeah.
Oh, you've got it all. You've got the mousetrap set up. I love it. Very cool. Brian, Hope, where are you guys based out of? What are you guys treating? How about Luca and Jay? San Jose, California, integrated stem cell functional medicine and decompression. Solid. Good mix. All right, cool. As promised, let's kick it off. If you guys have any questions, I don't want to, I'm going to keep the presentation part as brief as I can, and then open it up for questions at the end. Toronto's a killer market. One of the docs I'm going to be sharing is right outside Toronto. It is getting results that look like these. So, but I will say, if you guys have any questions as I go, feel free to cut me off, drop a message in the chat, and we'll definitely dive right in. Cool. We got Atlanta in the house. I might have one from the Atlanta area as well in here. So, cool. So how these offices start: $4,000 to $6,000 spinal and knee decompression cases for just $238.32 in ad spend. Lessons from scaling 339 different medical offices, sharing. This is going to be actual live case studies, real practices, real doctors, real results. And so I just asked, don't share or like really send out screenshots or anything like that. I don't think you guys will, but just to protect their privacy. So here's kind of first off, this is one of our offices, Discern of America office, Sachs out in, I know I have it somewhere here, out in Michigan area, North Michigan. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys the stats and some of the campaign setups so you guys understand what's driving it. And then I'm going to break down kind of why it works, how it works, and all that good stuff. But as promised, this is literally right inside their dashboard. You can see over the last couple of days, there's a ton of stats here. So, but if you look, we got CP, that means cost per lead. Pixel lead is just disregard that. That's just a Facebook pixel. We've got cost per appointment, cost per show, cost per one is a new case. And so if you look over here, you know, over the last 90 days, we've been able to drive $289.21 for 11 new starts. And you can see here, we've been doing the same stats over the last year, where they've actually been lower over the course of the year at 238.32. Okay. You can see the docs closing at 51%, 52% show rate, 34% booking rate of all the leads that have come through. So, case value is $4,300. Ad spend, you guys can see, is $1,000 every 4 weeks. Offers $37 consultation exam, report of findings. 35 plus age, you know, population size. More of a rural market out here. It's pretty long distance. But I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you two can get these exact same results. If you do want, I'm going to drop this in the chat too. If you guys are like, hey Zach, I got a dip, or hey Zach, just give me what you got. Feel free to book a time there. I know there's not much this week, but there should be some times next week. And we could definitely chat, and I'll be sharing some extra bonuses that I'm going to be going through in a second. But feel free to grab a time and get a head start there. Online reviews. This doc does not have any crazy reviews. Online scheduling, he does have, yes. And this is just inside the Facebook ads dashboard. I know a lot of you guys were mentioning that you guys are treating a lot of these different cases. In the beginning, I know some of you guys mentioned you guys had run some ads. Can you guys drop a 1 in the chat if you guys have, or in the past, or are running Facebook ads? Because you can see this is what we're looking at here. So you can see right here, I'm just kind of trying to show you guys this isn't BS. This is real stats, you know, of these. You can see cost per lead, cost per schedule, all this different stuff tracked. Cool. 1 in the past. Awesome. So this is what the ads look like. Now, one thing that's really important, which I'll be discussing a little bit at the end, is you can see we're really like touching on sciatica, nerve pain, back surgery, disc pain. Like it's very tailored to those types of patients. We also tie in stuff that's pretty catchy, like FDA cleared, you know, as seen on. There's an image of the DRX, which is a really attractive machine. You can see there's pretty good engagement on these as well in the bottom, with the 126 likes, the 25 comments, the shares, and all that stuff, which really affects the ad performance. Headline: say no to surgery, yes to complete back pain. The special device help repair back pain and all. This is really just what we've been pushing. The funnel is very simple, but just it's really important. In fact, I'll more so say it's thorough. And so the copy here, I don't have it fully opened up, but you'll see it's long form copy that we've seen to work best. I went over in one of the previous webinars the copy formula, but largely this copy is about 2 Google documents long, just touching on, you know, the condition and pulling them in and giving them an offer. I know a lot of you guys have probably run ads similar to this for decompression. What's one thing that you'll notice that tends to be different that I see is we drive them to an opt-in page, application page thereafter. So we never drive these leads on Facebook, drive it to an application page thereafter, booking page, thank you page, and then my team actually does the scheduling. We have prepayments; they're not required, but yeah, we accept prepayments with these folks. I'm going to share a couple more, and then I'm just going to dive in with the strategy of how you guys can achieve this. So this is Ottawa. This is actually I think these guys are right outside Montreal. These guys are rocking $6,000 case value. You can see here $295.95 per acquisition. Killer results. They're not spending a fortune, but they're starting a good amount of patients each month, bringing in 24 cases last year. $600 every 4 weeks. They've got a higher ticket exam price. $40 population, 40 plus rather, and then a pretty sizable population, 300,000 plus, just more in like a suburban area. I'll actually be sharing this document also at the end. If you guys stay, I'll share with you how to grab that along with the scripts. Nothing crazy as far as reviews, online scheduling. Yes. Dr. Coyle, we do for a lot of them. I think actually of this group, it's only, yeah, so it is these two. It's optional, which I could explain, but we do accept prepayments for them to schedule. Basically, if they give us a hard time over the phone and they're like, hey, I'm not giving you my credit card, we'll push a little bit, and otherwise we'll allow them to schedule. But I know we had challenges with show rates, and that fixed it for these folks. Online scheduling, yes. Here's just the ad stats inside of Facebook as well. All these guys I'm going to be showing, Google, TikTok, all those work well as well. But we've seen the best results for sure on Facebook. And I'll share when there's a couple things that are key that are happening in office and just with the ads in this process. Here we've got a little more video focus. This doc has a really cool robotic laser, which works really well. Different videos, really good engagement, 74 shares on that middle post. Same thing, long form copy. They drive to a funnel, always to a funnel. Then they go to an application, which is like an intake form, booking page, thank you page. Our in-house team does their scheduling. So our team basically calls all their leads and does scheduling, and then prepayments. One other I'm going to share. You can see these guys are a little bit higher, $459.88 per acquisition for $4,000 to $5,000 cases. These guys have, this is back and neck. I know they just added knee decompression to the mix as well. 32 cases in the last little less than a year, 10-ish months, 9-ish months, 9.5. 44% close rate, 53% show rate, just shy of 25% booking rate. $1,500 every 4 weeks. They've got a little bit more of an aggressive offer, free consultation and exam. A little bit higher of an age, 45, good sized population outside of this is the guy outside of Toronto. They've got a ton of good reviews, no online scheduling. These folks actually do their own scheduling. Yep. Here, no prepayment required. So we drive it to a call page instead of a booking page. And here's just kind of what the ads look like. A little mix of some of the same components, long copy, different images, videos. They all work. And then a good offer. Any questions on any of these so far? All right, cool. So what's big here that I'm going to be just kind of tackling is just why this works. And so what are the patterns, right? And I think I have a couple others here as well. But what are the main patterns? And have any of you guys run ads on Facebook and, place an ad? Maybe it looked like this. Maybe it didn't quite look like this. I know the copy here tends to be pretty long. I know often people aren't driving it to funnel pages and stuff like that. in the application. There's not financial qualification, right? But have you guys ever run ads and just had trouble either getting these folks into the office, or when they do come in the office, getting them to actually convert? Can I get a 1 in the chat if any of those ring true? Yes. Angela said, gave a 1. Cool. Cool. So I'm gonna break down really why that happens, why this doesn't happen, because we dealt with that long enough. I've been doing this for now going on 7 years. This is my dad up here, this handsome looking guy, not the guy on the left, but the guy on the right. He saw and experienced it all until we kind of cracked the code. And now he's sending me nice text messages. I should have shown a screenshot about all the cases he's starting. But so what's really important with this, because I know I hear this to be the biggest challenge, the biggest complaint, the biggest concern around advertising, around growing these types of practices is number one, laser targeted ads. And a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people hear about it. A lot of us look at ads and we don't really know what we're looking at, right? But what's important to really do this effectively is number one, there has to be a clear customer avatar. And so if you notice with all these ads, I kind of touched on it, but we're not targeting back pain, right? We're not targeting neck pain. We're targeting, we've seen sciatica of all just terms for whatever reason, just rings more strong for spinal decompression than anything else with the market. Avoiding back surgery is a really big thing, right? But we're really focused on, here's like an image of that sciatic pain. We're focused on these discs and these different pains. Sometimes we're showing the machine, but usually we're breaking down what it does. But it's really important that we're focused on this customer avatar. And so what that means is we have a clear understanding that we start with as far as what the patient what the patient is. What are their hobbies, right? What are they doing day to day? What are their pains? What are their concerns? What can't they do anymore, right? And that is all then infused into the ad. So then when we're writing it, it's like we're speaking right to them. And that's what they basically say in their head. You do a good job of having this customer avatar nailed when your patient basically, like, you'll tell them certain things or you'll write the ad or whatever. And TJ, take care. You got it. Where you go through this process, they go through your process and they say something like I couldn't even put that into words, but you just like, that's what I've been thinking for the longest time, like what is the deeper even verbiage that they're saying in their head that is holding them back from, right? The extra layer. And so we target sciatica, we target disc, avoid surgery. Some of the patterns you noticed is, of course, with these types of patients. I'll share some knee ones in a second also. But 35 plus, 35, 40, and 45 plus, there's no winning formula, as you can see, for the consultation and pricing. We like to do this based on the market. They all work. Population size is pretty important. You can see the big kicker here is it's above 100,000. If it's like any higher, it's better, as long as the patients are still showing up. These guys still have pretty good show rates. But that's really what's important as far as the ad side. I know I talk a little bit in other webinars that I've done too on long form copy to funnels. And so I was touching on how it should be qualifying them. We like to screen for financials before patients come in, where we ask them if they could afford it or if they need a payment plan and what their credit score is and things like that. And then our team does the same thing over the phone. And so we teach our clients, like, Back on Track is doing the same thing over the phone when they're speaking to patients. So they're not wasting their time. They kind of have to, a lot of times you have to filter through a lot of not so quality patients to get the good ones, but you don't want to see everyone in these cases. And then I'll touch on no-shows just briefly. And content I'll touch on too. Do you guys know, can you drop a 1? Are you guys familiar with content and what it does for patients before they come in? How many of you guys find it important with pre-education? Like I feel like that's one of the most common things I've heard speaking to different chiropractors, different doctors. The importance of pre-education material. So this is modern day content. This is how we do it. And so that's why the long form ads are pretty important. The idea is they're disqualifying people in a sense, but they're also drawing the right people closer to us. And then the videos are good. They're basically a piece of copy. And then the funnel's in the same format when they're long form, when there's applications and things like that. Booking system, following up with the lead strong. So all these offices, what I really want to drill home more than anything, because this is where I see a lot of offices get stuck, is their scheduling is dialed in. These guys are on it. And I'll touch on the pattern we've really seen. If I skip down here, is these doctors and the offices run a really strong operation. They have good teams with clear processes and KPIs. The team is held accountable. We speak to their team. They're super friendly. They're on it. When the doctors and staff commit to something, they follow through. It's honestly, more than anything, the things we've seen to be the biggest driver are the intangibles. The sales process is one thing that I've seen where these doctors have a really good skill at closing cases, right? They're priced well, they're priced high, but they see the value in sales process and refining it and working on it. I know we speak to some docs who aren't willing to keep growing in that area, aren't willing to learn. The leads get followed up with, scheduling is made available for newer patients, which is a big thing. They prioritize these new patients, right? Their expectations aren't outlandish. I always have a couple people every once in a while who they're like, hey, I'm making $1 million this year. Next month, I want to make 4. They're not exactly, but they understand it's a process. They're willing to put in the work and are playing the long game. And then when we add gasoline to the fire with more new patients, they rock it. But they see it as a system. They see it as a machine where all cogs have to be working to really get the best results. And so without this, it's challenging. Now, we have a service where we do a lot of the scheduling, which takes it off a lot of our clients' shoulders. But even the sales process still has to be there. And the pricing effectively allows the whole machine to work. So strong and thorough sales process, thorough day one. This is where the sale happens, the thorough day one, asking questions, understanding the patient's problems, right? Good financing companies, well-priced services. And I'll touch on too, I was just reviewing, we do like conversation reviews with some of our docs, where they'll record their consultations and we'll give them feedback on it. And just to kind of drive this point home, I was reviewing one doc, and one of the biggest things with sales too is like it's an energy, and I don't know how much you guys align with this, but it's an energy. Financing is big. Financing is important. I see a lot of times though, when you're selling to these types of patients, naturally, patients that often have bad health and stuff like that, a lot of the population that we're marketing to, the people that are going to have these severe conditions, like often just naturally aren't going to be in the best financial spot. We could find some of them, and the affluent ones and in better markets is big, but just by nature, like unhealthy is usually tied to a lower financial, condition, right? And so I know I was reviewing a conversation recently, and one of the biggest things was like the doc was, he's a newer doc, didn't really have a day one, asked like 4 questions to the patient, just kind of reviewed his health history, didn't get emotional. And so like that, it was challenging then for him to really, it didn't help him to start the patient. And then it was just like an awkward conversation. And the whole consultation. And at the end, he didn't ask the patient to start, didn't ask for what we would call the sale. And so like basically was saying that the patient didn't have money, but it was more like it just wasn't, he didn't even ask for the money. And so a lot of times I see we without the proper training and without, a clear process and without frequent coaching, if we're not getting better, we're getting worse. I see this to be a bottleneck with a lot of offices. And so what we see here, the big pattern is like The docs we work with that really crush it, they're coachable. They're on it. They're coachable. They're willing to learn. They're willing to grow. They have a good system often, or they're willing to implement one. But they're always open to feedback. They know their stuff's like, these guys are rocking. They know their stuff's good. So they take it with a bit of skepticism, which is totally okay. But they're willing to learn and willing to get better. Ascension models are really big. I know I was mentioning to Angela, you've got a mousetrap, because that's how I like to call it. Ascension. We create an ecosystem for these patients. And so I was also mentioning with Dr. Scalise, when we were just starting, like, my dad all the time, like, patients come in for one condition, they end up doing 2 or 3 or moving around, and then it's maintenance on the back end, or they refer someone. And just when you have that whole ecosystem, this goes beyond just the cost per acquisition, and what we're paying per new patient. But this has been a huge focus for us, and is one of the strongest plays for offices that really want to scale, especially after they get past a certain mark, and it starts to make sense to focus on that 60K or million mark. Now, what's average, right? So what I share with you is exceptional doctors, right? Now, I won't say that like everyone can't do this, but these guys really do. They run a really clean operation. Not everyone, and I gotta say for I think for legalities, right? These results may vary, right? I'm not promising any of these results, but I know, like, these results, they're not typical. These are our top doctors. Average docs still do quite well, and sometimes it's even a little more expensive than this, right? I'm showing you average, but like this doc, this guy's been with us for, I know, a couple of years. Spinal and knee decompression. I didn't get a chance to put together the whole all the rest of the stats on his office, but super rural market for him, like a challenging rural market. You can see his lead cost is quite expensive. If I zoom in here a little bit, his lead cost has been fluctuating as high as like $100, which is quite expensive for leads in most markets. Appointment cost $199, $191, $363. I don't even think this is updated if we look at all these ones, so it might be lower. And same with shows and such, but like, still, it's a great example. His cases are high, $531.80 per show. This is a combination of both his knee and his spinal decompression. We kind of alternate them both. He does a really great job closing, 98%. I know he's trained quite a bit, 52% show rate, 30% booking rate. I know his team manages it. They're good. I know they've gotten better. There's probably even a little bit more work we could do there, but they rock it. And they're doing pretty good with 531, getting a great ROI. This is another one, spinal and knee. These guys, last 7 days, they just had a credit card issue. Their ads being turned off, but you can see down here, bunch of leads we've gotten, 391 appointments. They also manage their own leads, 105 shows. Their show rate hasn't been as great. I think we've been pushing them maybe to recently plug in prepayments as well. Close rates not even crazy high, 31%, but they're doing a 472 cost per acquisition. They've got a really good lead cost, which is helping them drive it. But these are kind of just more right at that $500 mark. Any questions on any of these? How does these stats look? How do these compare? I'm curious to, like, and do you guys track these stats, and how does this compare to some of the numbers you guys have seen in your offices?
Recording in progress tomorrow, and then taking my team to dinner tomorrow night. So finding the time to get on might get challenged. Do you have anything different or any suggestions?
I got someone's mic going. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to transition. Is it cool with you guys if I give you an offer? Show you how we could do this exact same thing for you guys? And I'll open up for some questions there at the end. And I'll also be sharing how I'll send you this document along with the decompression scripting we're actually using and sharing with our offices. So I have an irresistible offer for you. Of course, you guys could do this. Have happy to answer any questions you guys have. So you could do this. I've basically given you everything. I know you guys, here's the ads. You know, many of you guys probably know even how to look up these ads. The funnels are there. You'll see it all. I'm not holding anything back, right? This is all the setup. There's not really much more to share. I could show the funnels and stuff, but this is basically the campaign, right? We manage 67 plus offices right now and counting, including our own, driving hundreds of new patients each month. We've literally managed millions of dollars in ad spend. One of the biggest philosophies we have is constant, never-ending improvement. Honestly, as much as these ads rock, the process we have for these ads is completely changing. What I'll be sharing in a couple of weeks is totally different. But these work. These work incredibly, but we're always looking to get better. We're always looking to get better. And so we know what it takes to scale offices, to implement the systems in your practice to do this effectively. For this reason, for practices who follow our process, we guarantee for these types of programs $150,000 in revenue for decompression practices in their first year. $150,000. Like, no one else is doing that. No one else has the courage to do that. Like, it requires you guys to not only see patients showing up, but actually convert them, close them, start them on care, collect the money, right? And so this won't work. This isn't for everyone by any means. This won't work if you don't. We have coaching calls. We have different things like we require in attendance for this to work. But if you're willing to invest the time into this, to refine your skills with closing and hire us to set the appointments, or to refine your skills to have your team do it, we'll train them and everything, you know, book a call. And I'd love to show you kind of in detail how that works. I'll break down the entire system. We'll do a practice audit initially, kind of just see what's under the hood, what the challenges are. And then I'll share with you, you know, what it's going to take to get these types of results as well. How quickly we could do it, what it all will look like. So I dropped it in the chat. I'll drop it one more time. That link, grab a time there. You guys could just book right on my website there. It's directly with me. I'll be taking those calls. And we do decompression, a lot of knee, spinal decompression, and then we do a bunch of other cash medical, high ticket conditions and treatments. Outside of that, I would love to just briefly ask, and I'll open it up for any questions you guys have. And I would love to hear just kind of your guys' challenges, what good topics there would be to cover. I'm doing one of these every 1 to 2 weeks going forward, trying to just give it all away. I know there's not many people sharing screenshots like this and everything as well. We've got Can in the house, Charleston Pain Relief and Wellness. What are your guys' biggest challenges with this type of marketing, these types of patients?
And guys, at Rachel, I think every time we got every person who comes to the room, right? Yep, they're dedicated to giving you guys value and opinion. So drop in when you can, and I would do it as early as possible. Like if you do it early, that's better. But they are there all day for you guys.
Hey, if you guys text, I meant to put that here. If you guys text the number 4 to our office line, we'll send you guys these assets that I mentioned. If you book a call as well, but if you text the number 4, just wherever we contact you, text or email, we'll get it, and we'll make sure to send you guys those assets as well, the script as well as the this PDF with all the ads and everything in here. No questions? Was this valuable? Yes? Cool. I'm getting worried. I'm hearing crickets. Makes me think I missed the shot on this one. JV, all right, cool. Cool. We've been dropping some bangers. I know I've been getting a lot of feedback with these really good feedback with these webinars. It's been a couple of weeks since we did one with the holidays, but you guys could also check out my YouTube channel, Zack Siegel. We've got a ton of other really good webinars that I posted. I don't know if this one I'll be posting just because of the case studies and stuff, but if you come over here, I'll drop it. We've got some really good ones on qualified leads. This one, more leads, exactly how to drive a ton of leads to the practice. This is where I go over the whole copywriting strategy, ad strategy, and everything, qualification process, everything here. You'll also see it in the sales script, though, that I'll share with you, building a neuropathy practice, and then just some other stuff, case studies with one of our neuropathy docs and some other stuff you'll see. Cool. If you guys have any questions, chime in. This is just a couple other testimonials here, reviews from some of our clients. Yoli, she's not doing decompression, but very similar niche for cervical, TMJ and stuff like that. Great experience with this company overall, very professional, care about getting results. She works with the franchises, sent us some good business, rockstar team. They weren't, and I'll share too, they weren't crazy good at any of the stuff I mentioned in the start. They were starting a new practice, but they've increased their pricing and really just dialed in everything. They're getting crazy good ROI now, just have been scaling their budget with ads and everything. Dr. Chung, this is a decompression doc, rocking, great team, deliver what they say they will deliver. Anyone looking to grow, they will be the ones who will help you get there. Has crushed it with decompression with us. Just a couple more case studies. You'll see these on our site and all. Dr. Sanan, 5 months, 116K. He grew to. Focus is mainly neuropathy for him, but also some decompression. Karen Greenspan, $167,000 in her 3rd month. These guys aren't spending a crazy amount in ad spend either. $4,300 in ad spend. Jimmy McKinney, 100K in his first 8 months with us. He talks about niching down as being his really big thing in his story. Totally rocked it though. Totally rocked it. Jane Elizabeth, and Jason Peasley. I have a story here where they collected $1 million in 16 months through our system. Had it all tracked right in here. Just over a year's time. Total rock stars. So if you also want to see these, I'll drop this link as well. But outside of that, I've got nothing else for you guys. Shoot a text or email with the number 4. If you guys would like to connect, we do a free value call, free practice audit. It's not a hard sell or anything like that, but I'm happy to look through your practice and kind of share with you what we could do to go ahead and scale it. So just book a time on our website, and definitely, if you guys want to learn more, we've got a ton of different content you could also go through on our YouTube channel and these other sources. All right. Without further ado then, you guys have an amazing, amazing evening. Thank you all for jumping on, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.